Hello and welcome to This Is. Our favorite consoles are the handies.
Sorry, one more time. Handhelds. They're called handheld.
It's handy in your hand and you can hold it with your friends. We're gonna take a look at every handheld that's been out. Not every handheld, but most of them. Yeah. And we're gonna be ranking them and we're gonna try and guess how many units were sold in ranking. And then we're gonna try and guess how expensive they were in ranking, adjusted for inflation.
We did this game before with regular consoles. I think we did pretty good on that one.
We did okay,
confident.
But I also remember zero. Every time we leave the studio, Kinsey's got one of those MIB, like Men in Black, just like.
I think that's actually just called memory loss.
What? Who are you? Where am I?
So we got a selection of consoles. We'll do it in any order. So the most best-selling handheld, I actually do know this for very confident, the DS. I am very confident the DS is the most best-selling console of all time, not counting the Switch. I feel very confident this should be our number one.
I feel very confident that should be number two. Just
Okay.
But can we talk about the Game Boy DMG? If you don't remember, this is actually to scale. This is, it's way smaller than you think it is. Everyone had one of these because of Tetris.
Obviously, the Game Boy was more popular than the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
But because they're all lumped in together, that is going to push this up pretty high.
I do think that is
It's number two, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's got to be. I think so, too. Okay, so the first two feel easy, right? DS, Game Boy, super popular. So we've got PSP, Game Boy Advance, and 3DS. Oh, wait, no, I was about to say 3DS is last. Maybe Game Boy Advance is last. We're used to like 7-8 year life cycles. The Game Boy Color came out in 1998. The Game Boy Advance is like 2001. The DS is like 2004, right? My gut here, the actual result here is PSP, 3DS.
I think 3DS is above PSP. I go on vibes, and my vibes are usually better than your knowledge.
But we're committing to Game Boy Advance being last.
PSP was more of like an enthusiast.
The PSP was popular. It was by far the most popular, like, Sony handheld they ever made. Which they only made 3.
Okay, cool. They made 2.
This is all wrong.
I think it's all right. See how easy it was to just get him to do what I wanted?
That's fine, because when Kenzie tells you you're wrong, I'll feel like I'm vindicated.
DS is correct.
DS is correct.
Game Boy correct.
Game Boy correct.
Number 3, not correct.
Not correct.
The bottom 3 are not.
Bottom 3 are not correct.
So what was your confidence again? It's PSP, then it's DS, then 3DS, then Game Boy Advance. No, that's
Kenzie, lock it in.
You're right, Matt.
Let's see the numbers.
So the DS sold 154 million. The Game Boy was 118 million. So
yeah.
Pretty popular. The Game Boy Advance was 81 million. That is actually a bigger number than I thought it was going to be.
Well, no, actually Game Boy was
Pocket and stuff, yeah.
Everyone bought multiple things.
And then 80 million. Oh, that's higher than I thought. Wow, that's actually really close between PSP and the Game Boy. And then 76 million for 3DS. Okay, you know what? I don't feel as bad. These three are almost tied.
When you went to a friend's house, you saw a Game Boy Advance, you didn't see a PSP.
You're just salty because you broke your PSP.
Oh, sorry. We learned about this on the schoolyard.
Those three were really close. Like 76, 80, 81. Like, come on. Like, that's all margin of error. Now it is time to switch gears.
So now we have to re-rank these based on how much they cost adjusted for inflation.
At launch. So we gotta get out our inflation calculators in our brains. We now need to judge these same consoles and figure out how much they were just for inflation when they launched. My memory of launch prices is the PSP was 200 or 250. I don't remember.
250.
The DS was not as much.
No, 189.
No, 140. The later DSs were expensive, but like the first version of the DS was not expensive. Game Boy Advance, 99.
99 bucks.
3DS was 250. I remember that for sure.
And Game Boy was, I believe,
90 bucks.
I believe it was $89. Because again, my mom has the receipt. Don't make me call Grace again.
Does he get a phone a friend here? I don't think that he's still allowed to do this.
Hello.
Hello, mommy.
Hello, boy. Am I on air?
Yes, you are. Kinsey told me I was too mean to you last time, so I'm calling to be nice again.
What question? How much this week?
It's the Game Boy, the one you have the receipt for. How much did you pay for that in 1991?
It was around $67, I think.
Are you sure about that?
Do you want me to go home and check? I'm close.
Oh. If you could cancel all of your plans for the day, and I don't know why I'm doing this British accent. By the time you get home, we'll be done shooting the video.
Okay, I'll go, yeah.
No, we don't. You don't need to go home to do.
Okay.
Thank you, mommy. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Is that nice enough?
That was too nice.
Cool.
I feel a little...
Cool.
Okay, but hang on, but adjust for inflation. What's inflation since 1989? What do you think inflation is?
277.
Okay, so the 3DS is more expensive, for sure. Because 3DS was $250 in 2011, and it's definitely more than $20 of inflation since 2011, I'll tell you that. Here's the real question. PSP launched in 2004. Was it 200 or 250? Because if it was 250,
I want to say it was 250.
then it would definitely beat 3DS. I want to say it was 200 though.
250 with a bundle is what I'm thinking. The bundle may have came with like the memory card and a movie.
The deluxe. So I think we can pretty safely say, let's do this in reverse order. Game Boy Advance cheapest. This is, I think, $100.
Yeah,
when it
that was
first
pretty.
launched.
That was pretty
This
cheap.
should be cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. So if the DS launched at like 160, 170 or something.
You know what? I bullied you in the last one. I'll
Let's put Game Boy in the middle.
middle.
250 in 2011 for the 3DS. Was this $200 when it launched? I think it was. And I think that still means that the 3DS was too expensive.
Game Boy Advance is right.
Yes. Okay.
That is wrong.
Wrong.
Game Boy wrong. PSP wrong. Literally everything else is wrong.
Everything
Really?
else because the Game Boy's gotta go up.
Dude, that's not it. That's not it.
The 3DS is right.
Everything else is wrong.
The DS is right. And then the PSP and Game Boy are obviously wrong.
I told you the Game Boy wasn't that expensive.
Okay, but also I got 3 of them right. You got 1 of them right.
So the most expensive is a PSP at $420 just for inflation. So
$250.
it was $250, followed by the 3DS, which was also $250. However, that was in 2011, which meant that adjusted for inflation, it was $360. DS was $150. So I think we said $170, but I was like pretty close.
Yeah,
so
okay.
much less expensive. And then Game Boy. So your guess was it was $90,
I think it was 90 bucks.
and you said that was $370 adjusted for inflation.
277.
Well, it's $90, but $230. So still significantly cheaper. And the Game Boy Advance was in fact $100 or $180 in 2001. How does it feel to be so wrong?
I don't think I'm that wrong.
You're the most wrong you've ever been. Your new name is Matt Wrong Ancini.
I just didn't know inflation.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
half of the
I'm
game.
sorry I'm not Goldman Sachs.
Our next round has, we got some
is a
options
little
here.
bit-
So we've got Engage, we've got WonderSwan, we've got the Game Gear, the Vita, and the, is that the Steam Deck? Oh
Steam
boy,
Deck.
okay. Let's work with the ones we know something about. Vita, even though it was not a successful console, outsold all this bullshit. Vita is the most popular console here, right? Then what's the most shitty piece of shit here?
Okay,
Is it,
I think it's Engage.
I'll go with Engage.
The WonderSwan didn't sell a lot, but at least you
But
could
Japan.
Yeah, but you could like go pick it up at a store for
Yeah.
for
I
nothing.
think WonderSwan has outsold the Steam Deck. Because the Steam Deck, they're still selling them right now, right? And Valve literally sold that on their website. I think Steam Deck number 4.
I would say WonderSwan at 4, and then Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Okay,
And then WonderSwan. Out of Game Gear and Vita, what sold more?
Game Gear number 2,
And Vita number 1. I think so too, but you know what? Something nagging me that the Game Gear might be more popular than we're thinking right now. Vita, the most popular console, followed by Game Gear, WonderSwan, Steam Deck, and Engage.
Engage, yes. Steam Deck, no.
Ah!
WonderSwan, no. Game Gear, yes.
So we swap these two.
I'm sorry.
All right. The Engage sold only 3 million.
I think they sold 3 million to AT&T.
WonderSwan was 3.5, actually basically the same. Steam Deck's at 3.7. Okay, come on, that's pretty close.
No.
And Game Gear is like, what, 12 or 15 or something? 10.
10, yeah.
So
I remember-
way more popular. Wow, the Vita only sold 13 million? Oh, I thought it was like 20 or 30.
Was
That's
it
crazy.
13 adjusted for inflation? I know we have to ask the question again. Do we talk about deflation?
Of what?
Steam Deck's going up.
No, we're talking about launch prices. Launch prices.
I'm asking about inflation, which the opposite is deflation.
Okay, go ahead.
If the launch price is 1 and we're adjusting
For inflation, yeah.
for inflation,
Yeah.
but we deflated
When that has literally never happened in the history of the universe.
when things are getting more expensive.
That's inflation. Deflation would be things getting less expensive.
No, literally them getting more expensive.
That's inflation.
No,
You're
like the
describing
price rising.
That's inflation. I think when you quadruple down on the same thing over and over again.
Because nothing else on the list has gotten more expensive over time.
In case you're looking for some economist work,
I'm an
we're available.
accountant.
We're available to help you
I'm
run
the
your numbers.
company accountant, guys.
You want to go the least expensive?
Least expensive.
Okay, so
Would be the Wonder Swan.
Wonder Swan probably. Vita next then, right? Oh, no. Steam Deck.
I think that's number 3. I think N-Gage,
Yeah,
I think N-Gage is number 4.
I think it's gonna be close to the Steam Deck. I think Engage on top.
And I don't think so.
Engage is expensive, man.
It
This thing
is-
is like just for inflation, like I bet like $500. Game Gear number 4. I think so.
Steam Deck is 4. Game Gear 3. Vita 2.
You wanna lock it?
Kinsey, lock me in.
Okay.
Wonder Swan, yes. Steam Deck, no.
No.
PS Vita, no. All these, no, except for Engage, which is 1. So you got 1 and 5, nothing else.
Okay, you can move Steam Deck to 3 and
yeah, at least 3.
yeah, let's just do this.
Is that it?
Steam Deck is not at number 3.
But Vita is at number 4.
No.
All right, we'll put up the ones we know.
Engage. So it's $300 2003, $520 just for inflation. We got that one.
Okay.
And then Wonder Swan, we know that one. It was $90. Wow. So
Yeah.
this thing was cheap as hell.
Yeah, I know.
So then it's got to be Steam Deck number 2. So then we'll lock that in, right?
All right.
So Steam Deck at $400, which is $460 at
460.
Vita is number 3.
How are we this bad at this game? So Vita was $360 after inflation, so $250 when it launched. And then the Game Gear was $150 or $350 after inflation. So very, very close.
Okay.
Honestly, the fact the Steam Deck was so close to the Engage is actually kind of surprising to me. This is actually really hard. There's a lot of like complicated math and like remembering. I'm trying to bet on the outcome of this game on Polymarket, so we're gonna see
Yeah.
who comes out ahead.
That's what we should start doing.
What, insider trading?
Like, no. Real time. You guys Polymarket whether we get these right.
no.
And then
no,
we-
no. Gotta fucking lock in because this is a
What?
good.
We're doing great.
We have the Atari Lynx. We have the Gizmondo. How could you? The Sega Nomad, the NEC Turbo Express, and the SNK Neo Geo Pocket. Why would you do this to us? These are impossible. I don't know the price of a single one. All bad. Zero.
Fuck you.
How could you do this to us?
I don't think there's a million sold amongst all of these consoles.
Gizmondo, bottom. Worst. No one bought a Gizmondo. The Turbo Express, they sold like at least 20. How many they sell the Neo Geo Pocket? I don't know.
Neo Geo is at least big.
The Lynx, I think the Lynx was crazy expensive. I don't think that one would have sold very well, but it also was Atari.
Okay.
This feels like a toss-up though. I really feel like you can just roll the dice and like they're
Nomad
all
has to be
number 1.
number 1.
Did like Japan buy like a 20 million Neo Geo Pockets and we just don't know that?
Yeah, that's also quite possible.
And like, did anyone buy the Lynx? I don't think anyone bought the Lynx.
No, no one bought the Lynx.
Let's put Nomad at number 1. I will agree with that. Lynx at number 4. I don't think anyone bought a Lynx. It was too expensive. It was bad.
I don't feel confident with that. I just think this has got to be number 4.
The Turbo Express at number 4.
If I've never touched it, then it
There's a
doesn't
lot-
exist.
I think there's a lot of things you've never touched before.
I touch a lot of stuff, guys.
Is that an admission?
More of a promise?
We're gonna
I
lock
feel
it
as
in.
confident about this as I can.
I don't feel confident at all. Gizmondo at number 5.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. The Turbo Express at number 4.
No.
Oh!
The Lynx at number 3.
Yes.
The Neo Geo Pocket number 2.
No.
And then Nomad at number 1.
No.
Okay.
Neo Geo's number 1,
Neo Geo number 1.
because there's no way the Turbo is number 2.
So we're gonna say then that Nomad is number 4.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Turbo Express number 2.
Yes.
And then the Neo Geo is number 1.
Yes.
What the hell? Okay. wait.
Again, like Neo Geo is pretty big.
So Gizmondo 20,000. The Nomad was only 1 million units. That's actually really low. And then so the Lynx next is at also 1 million. And then we have Turbo Express at 1.5 million.
That's way more than I thought.
Because you don't know what it is. And Neo Geo Pocket was 2. Now here comes the really hard part. How much did any of these cost? I don't know how much any of these cost, except I'm pretty sure the Lynx was expensive as shit. Let's say Gizmondo was cheapest, because I think the Gizmondo was like $80 or something. Neo Geo
Neo
Pocket,
Geo's
it sold pretty well. I think it was relatively affordable.
Yeah.
You think Nomad was expensive? I think
Nomad
it was.
was a whole Sega Genesis.
Then let's throw Turbo Express number 3. I think Lynx is number 1 to me. Lynx was, I just, the reputation that I
Yeah.
remember with Lynx was expensive. So
Yeah.
let's say Turbo Express number 3,
I
Nomad number 2.
think that the inflation might mess things up.
No.
with 2 and 3.
Inflation, we can kind of forget about that. All of these
Yeah.
were like within like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years of each other. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's besides the Gizmondo, but we can just ignore that. Kinsey, Gizmondo at number 5.
No.
Damn it. Okay. Neo Geo Pocket number 4. Turbo Express number 3.
No.
Nomad number 2. But the Link's number 1, right?
Some of them are close.
Close. Cool. The
Nomad number 1.
No.
No.
The Turbo Graphics number 1.
Okay.
And then everything else, and then the other 2 come down.
Neo Geo at number 5.
Yes.
Okay. Gizmondo number 4.
Yes.
Nomad number 3.
Yes.
And Link's number 2.
Yes.
And Turbo Express number 1.
Yes.
That was well done.
Good job, guys.
The Neo Geo Pocket was $70 when it launched in 1999, or $135 after inflation. The Gizmondo was $229. That's crazy, bro. Okay, all right. So then the Nomad was $179.95, or also $390.
That was reasonable.
The Lynx was $180 in 1989, or $470 today, which means that Turbo Express sold well and was $250 when it launched, or $640.
Let us know what you thought. Did you play along with us? Did you bet on us on Polymarket?
No, no,
follow,
don't do that.
We'll catch you in the next one, and let us know what we should try and rank next.
Our conscience, because we're bad.
Sure.